You can lay the groundwork for courageous conversations in proactive ways at the beginning of the semester or your interaction with students. Create group agreements and ways of being together. Invite students to co construct group agreements for how you will communicate and work together as a group or class. This could include no interruptions, listening respectfully, no personal comments, and no raised voices. Encourage shared accountability for making the space safer for everyone. You'll find more detail about this later in the module. Name and frame. This means describing to students how you will address hot button topics when they arise. Explain this early on so they know what to expect. Name the challenge by acknowledging that challenging topics do come up. Then frame your approach. Let students know that you expect them to respectfully disagree and listen to alternative viewpoints. Describe their roles and responsibilities in courageous conversations. Build skills by teaching students how to respectfully participate in courageous conversations. Be clear about your expectations and model them in your daily practice. Make sure everyone has a voice and a chance to participate in group conversations. Let students know it's okay to disagree with you or with peers, but attacking people for having different points of view, making sarcastic comments, and bullying are off limits. Encourage students to be aware of messages also received by body language. A larger percentage of what we communicate is through body language. Encourage students to think carefully before they speak and pay close attention to the words they use to express themselves. Make space for silence and give participants time to respond without being interrupted. Get ready for a courageous conversation. First, think about it. Articulate for yourself what you hope students will gain from the discussion. What do you hope they will learn? Course content, skills, a different outlook, or all three? What strategies will you use to extend and encourage critical thinking and broaden student perspectives? Make exploration the goal. The purpose of the conversation is not judgment or consensus, or to get everyone to agree. Consider the best format. Does it make sense to break students into smaller groups? Will the talking circle work well? Anticipate the hot buttons. If you've covered this topic before, you likely already have some ideas. If not, talk with colleagues or do some research. Then come up with prompts and questions to guide the conversation. Anticipate the range of feelings or opinions students might have. Plan for incomplete responses or inaccurate statements. When students respond to only part of a question, prepare to ask open ended questions like, "Could you tell me more?" or "Can you give an example?" Address inaccurate statements without discouraging participation. Recognize the accurate parts of a statement, if possible, before correcting students. Avoid embarrassing or shaming. Giving students time to reflect and write down a response before they share it can help. Get ready to challenge biases and stereotypes. Anticipate what might come up so you can be ready for it. Decide in advance how you will handle student views that are biased, reflect stereotypes, or are out of step with prevailing attitudes or social norms. Some strategies for interrupting biases and stereotypes include: be aware of your own biases so that you can interrupt them and help your students recognize theirs. Consistently convey that diversity of experience, opinion, and expression is valued in this education space. Define bias and stereotype in advance and tell students you'll be having courageous conversations about them. Ask questions Present facts and respectfully challenge stereotypes as they arise. Don't let them pass unnoticed. Encourage students to do the same. Don't police. Often, when people from equity seeking groups are brave enough to name biases and stereotypes, they are told they are too emotional, angry, exaggerating, or just plain wrong. Listen and learn from those who have the courage to speak up. Help students manage feelings of stress and threat by creating brave spaces where they feel supported to learn from each other's experiences, even painful or difficult ones.